I have some song lyrics for somebody out there going through something. Okay? That's to reset the motion. Let's go. I woke up this morning and figured I'd call you. In case I'm not here tomorrow, I'm hoping that I can borrow a peace of mind. I'm behind on what's really important. My mind is really distorted. I find nothing but trouble in my life. I'm fortunate you believe in a dream. This orphanage we call a ghetto is quite a routine. And last night was just another distraction or a reaction of what was considered madness. I know exactly what happened. You ran outside when you heard my brother cry for help, held him like a newborn baby and made him feel like everything was all right in a fight he tried to put up. But the type of bullet that stuck had went against his will. As blood spilled on your hands, my plans rather vindictive. Everybody's a victim in my eyes. When I ride, it's a murderous rhythm, and outside became pitch black, a demon glued to my back whispering, get him. I got him, and I ain't give a fuck. The same mentality that told my brother not to duck. In actuality, it's a trip, how we trip off colors. I wonder if I'll ever discover a passion like you and recover. The life that I knew as a youngin' in pajamas and dun-dun-duns, when thunder comes, it rains cats and dogs. Dumb people like me never prosper. Prognosis of a problem child. I'm proud and well devoted. This Pyru shit been in me forever. So forever I'ma push it, wherever, whenever. And I love you because you love my brother like you did. Just promise me you'll tell this story when you make it big. And if I die before your album drop, I hope pa 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 pa. And then there's gunshots. The point is, which almost made me cry because it's about, so this is to somebody who is dealing with circumstances that were how you were, like you were brought up in a situation, life, the ghetto, whatever, like the hood, the poor, you're not up there. Or at least that's not where you started. And it depends on what side you're on, because he was talking about his perspective and a family member's perspective. Yeah, some of us don't get the choice. Some of us don't fully get the choice. And it's like there's some of us that are on one side and some of us that are on the other. You can be born in the same circumstances and, you know, family goes separate. And there's something about a choice someone made around you or a choice you have to make, something about a choice that's very, very difficult ahead of you. Yeah, it's pulling down. The type of strength that's required of you right now is heavy. It's very heavy. I feel like the choice you have to make, it's like, why did I get this? Why is this all on me? Why is this so heavy? Why weren't you strong enough? Why did you do that? Something about outside of you. There's something very angry, very upset, very sad. And like you've thought long and hard. So this is very emotional. I feel like somebody potentially passed away, or like you're very angry and you're screaming at God, you're screaming, you're just like upset. And this pain in your heart, these are all major, so this is like whatever happened in your life was so big, so explosive, so dramatic, so hard that it's like you don't even have a choice. You're faced with this choice. I'm sorry I'm emotional, but it's like I'm channeling. Very emotional about it. This choice you have to make, it's like there is no good choice. There is no option. There is no, if I do this, good things will happen. It's like I have to do this to survive, to thrive, to inspire, to be better, to get out of this kind of life, but the odds that have been stacked against you are crazy high. Yeah, and you see all this conflict you're gonna have to deal with. There's these people, so I see friends, especially friends. I feel like you have a strong friend circle. And in this friend circle, you put more weight and validity to them than your own family. It's not that you don't love your family, but it's this friend circle or this associate. It couldn't be coworkers. It's just your daily habits, your day-to-day people. This conflict that you're facing is huge. But you've thought about this. You've done something so powerful, inner work stuff, that you've looked within your darkness and found your light. And it's sad. It's like you got to leave these friends behind. You got to leave people behind, and they're going to talk shit. They're going to be conflicted. Something about how much you've overcame and been strong. Yeah, you're focused on your independence. You're so focused on being, because if you don't, you won't survive. Like, this is survival. This is PTSD. This is struggle. This is heavy. Promise that you will sing about me. Cause if the lights go off and it's my turn to settle down, my main concern, promise that you will sing about me. You know, this is dedicated to everybody that's died before they got to tell their story. I feel like this is a message to somebody that looks around at their life and their circumstances and says, I'm not going out like that. I saw what happened. You saw something happen bad, heavy bad. Like, no, because in that scenario, a family member that, didn't make it, and how we had to process that experience, it was traumatic. This is very deep and heavy, Subconscious. Oh, beautiful. So in the subconscious, you're having these this is exactly what you need. You're having these new codes. Something's calling you out of this situation, this family, this group. You're being called away, and the demons you have to fight to get out of it, they don't want you to leave. They're like, nope. So I see sabotage around your work. I see that you're working hard on getting out of a situation or whatever. And there's a lot of sabotage. Something doesn't want you to leave. And I'm just going to go into the spirit world now, because it's the entity attachment, the entities that have contracts over you and over your group. Look, you can't save everybody. Like, there's something about that. Like, you have to be very selfish, and because what you're going to be able to bring back, what you're going to be able to bring back to your people, you're going to have to show them. You know what I mean? There's something about show them how amazing it can be. And you don't have support. So you're looking at it like, yeah, but I don't want to do this alone. Because, you're also a very humble person, because I don't feel like you're trying to be great for validation. You're trying to be great because you don't agree with the circumstances, and you're looking at people that just keep going with it. They're like still going with the program. And this card is saying, no, like, I'm deleting this program. I'm going to get out. Like, you could have a family line of people that just go to prison, people that whatever, like all types of bad situations, which we'll dig into everything a little bit further after I pull this last card. Ooh. And you come in heavy with all this. Yeah, I feel like you just went through a massive awakening, a massive loss even. Like, I feel like you may have literally lost someone. And if it wasn't an actual, death, like, you lost someone. This is grief. This is sadness. This is deep. And you don't want to be alone. Yeah. And then the Nine of Swords came out, which is literally like what I just described, because it's nightmares, anxiety, stress, can't sleep, restlessness. This could even be mental illness or paranoia. Yeah, let's get some clarifying. Yeah. I feel like you need to pause, okay? Because I want to catch up with your energy, and I'm rushing. I'm like speeding up to you because I feel you. I feel you like you're like, please help. I'm thirsty. I need help. Like you just need something. And I'm like, I'm trying to help you. I'm like reaching out. But I feel like the speed I'm having to move at to try to get you to the meeting point is too much. And we need to slow down a little bit. Take a breath. Okay? Take a breath and relax. We're going to be here together for a little while. And then you can replay this, and then you can, yeah. And I just can't wait to be king. Yeah. Because I see you coming back. I see you coming back. So I see you, you leave, but you leave because you have to come back powerful. 1111. You have some real true activations to work on inside of you that if you stay where you are, you're going to be too comfortable. You need to be very uncomfortable right now. Nikola Tesla, Plasma, Lion King. This plasma card comes out too much. And it's because it's so important. And I've said it in a previous reading somewhere. There's a reason there's plasma donation centers in the hood. And they encourage this crazy concept because science is sorcery. And to activate your genius and to activate your genes into your genius, to be more, Nikola Tesla, this dude's next level, right? Like this might be the most brilliant person in history that we know of. Maybe. But the point of that is you're seeking your genius. You're Simba and the Lion King, and you have to go out and you have to detox. You have to get rid of. You have to be greater than this. Because you don't want to be like, so I pulled out Amy Winehouse. You don't want to succumb to the circumstances around you, whatever that is, addictions, pattern recognition, your epigenetics, whatever it is, live with more intention. You don't want to wake up and survive anymore. You're tired of survival mode. Your PTSD is through the roof, okay? And you've been working. I'm not denying this truth. You have this right here. This means you've sat with God, with yourself, with universe, with spirit, with your ancestors, whoever is beyond the veil for you. And you cried. Like, this is so sad. This is so extreme. And it's extreme because you might just be like, I bet you when you were a kid, you were that kid that was way too rowdy. You was breaking stuff or acting a fool in class, you cracking jokes, something like that. Like, you were either the kid that all the teachers would point you out and say something because you made a scene. You were a big news, big business, loud, rambunctious, something like that. Actually, doesn't matter, male or female. But something about you was too much for what was around you because you were the magnetism. You were destined for something great. And something about this entity attachment, yeah, the last airbender, okay? The last airbender. Because you didn't come here to be earth, fire, or water. You came here to be air. You came here to be, not literally, but yeah, there's something about you that isn't born every day. It's not born every week, every generation. Something special about you that you woke up and you're destined to do something great and different. And whatever's holding you back, whatever attachments that you have, of course they don't want to let you go. Because even me channeling your energy is very, yeah. Okay, so your third house, self-expression, communication, your day-to-day travels, the way you think, speak, and write, how to analyze, something about the way that you are. So this is also a sibling cards, neighbors, so community, what you're around, it does not match your vibration. And you're desperately trying to, down to your core, down to your DNA, figure out how to raise your vibration into a state of existence and awareness, and to a magnitude that people around you won't understand. Family, doesn't matter. You have bigger and better dreams of the future. I got Bitcoin here. It could be literal Bitcoin, or it could be the concept that there's something about the future that you see, that you understand. Because again, that's also the air element, which is like thinking, the realm of thinking. We haven't materialized it yet, but we've thought about it. So your thinking is beyond your peers, beyond your years. And then Scarlet's letter, which is interesting because that's like, it's like the judgment of your culture or of your community. Something must have scarred you in a way that you feel you can't succeed or overcome some way, shape, or form because of the way that you've been molded. Even it's like you're meant to feel small, you're meant to feel limited, that you can't. Betrayal, trauma theory, and dopamine. Yeah, your dopamine's too hype. It's just too much right now. And you're growing, you're doing great. But you're real caught up in your head. And when we are trying to rebalance our hormones and come back to our original self, like the playful child that you were at one time, yeah, your roots, see? You're trying to get back to your roots. You're trying to get back to the version of you before life told you that you had to be in this survival state. So we're gonna calm down, okay? We got be humble. That's funny because that was a Kendrick Lamar song, and then I'm thinking of be humble. Tell him, be humble. I can't think of. The point is, no matter how you have to rip away, like I'm saying a Band-Aid, like no matter how you have to rip away from culture, society, your environment, whatever, your peeps, however you've got to go, however you got to get out, that's fine. Don't worry about what it means right in the moment, because when we have to detach, this is something as an air element I have a lot of experience with, which is also like the airbender, to detach. Detaching is so powerful, okay? Because it helps you to recenter. It helps you to come back to yourself and your awareness and your strength and your wisdom. And you can overcome these things. And I feel like when that Be Humble came out, it didn't fit until I thought about it. I was like, oh, I see. It wants you to know that you are humble, but you need a little bit more confidence in yourself right now. So that way, when you grow out and grow beyond, don't forget your roots and where you came from. Be humble and somehow give back. Don't give all your power away. Somehow give back. But don't feel like when you're drowning, when you're at the bottom of the barrel, rock bottom, struggling to make it, and you want to help other people, that's not gonna work. But if you can get out of the situation, go make something of yourself, and come back and provide. Now I'm just seeing J. Cole for whatever reason. He's popping in my head because he's a very humble person, I think. And he represents that, at least. And so fall is also like a stage in life. You know, we're born and then we're in summer. No, first we're in spring and then we're in summer and then we're in fall and then we're in winter and then we die. And fall, maybe the phase of your life when you get to come back and help your people or something like that. Or maybe you need to acknowledge and give thanks to what's falling out of your life. I feel like things are leaving your life and you're struggling to release them, but also you're also allowing it to happen. You understand. So I feel like you intellectually understand what you need to do, but your heart is having a big challenge doing it. Your heart's like, no, because it's in your DNA to be, yeah. See, look, past, and you see all the water tears. You're like really in the past, like, yeah, the past won't take you to the future, friend. The past won't take you to the future. That's what that is. Too fast, need for speed, use your brakes, warning. Right. So I feel like whatever situation you're in that you need to get out of, it seems like it's closing in on you. These walls are closing in. No one can help me. No one can. So as these walls are squeezing on you, like you're just like struggling to burst free. There's a future timeline that you're facing if you stay, let's say, the one that you stay in, the timeline where you stay where you are and you don't leave. That timeline, there's a crash, literal or not. And I feel like that crash represents your downfall. And it represents you not overcoming your trauma and your wounds and your healing. Scary, bad, unhealed parent. You know? Then we've got hormone imbalance, not thinking straight, dysregulation, reversed upside down in history. Yeah, underground, lost, forgotten, left behind, the lost ones. Like, there's so many people that, yeah, you know what? There's someone in your life that either passed away or is going to or whatever, something like that. And you're very hurt about, because in that song it was like, my main concern, tell me that you will sing about me. You know, to not get your story told is so sad. It's such a sad process, a sad experience to know that you just go away. And then life goes on, and then everyone just keeps living. And then you're there dealing with all of this pain, all of this heartache. It's really hard to be in the present, right? Really hard. Betrayal trauma theory. Children that have experienced betrayal trauma have a tendency to forget their traumas to promote survival. A child has no choice but to rely on their caregiver for all basic human needs. Forgetting or ignoring the abuse is one way to maintain whatever support is still available from their support person. That's sad. That's just sad. And it's okay. It's okay. I feel like you've had to be very strong all of your life. And your hormones and the imbalance, the chemical imbalance with the dopamine, how your brain perceives things. Our brain is designed to promote our circumstances, right? So if you've been dysregulated for many years, it's going to take time for your chemistry to work itself back out. And it's okay. It's okay that you have to be quote unquote weak for a little bit, because like a dog that is suffering and wounded or hurt or something in the pack, it's going to pretend and it's going to act tough, act brave, act strong. And I feel you doing that. I feel you showing up. You're showing up for people. You're going to work, you're doing your thing, you're doing whatever it is, but you feel freaking homicidal, okay? You feel like it's so excessive for me. It's just so heavy. You're like, it shouldn't have to be this hard. But you know what? It's because you have so much to give, friends. You have so much to give. So much to give. For whatever you've been through, it's tough. It's heavy. Yeah. See, we got the forest and the crown. It says muddled, unclear thinking in the forest, and the crown is the honor and respect that will come to you. Simba, okay? Remember, Simba. Remember who you are, Simba, okay? Something about you, you are going to wear the crown. What does that mean? Heavy is the head that wears the crown. You have to walk this treacherous path, 40 days, 40 nights. I don't know what it is. There's something about you that shows that you have some strength. You have some power, like residing in your body that's just, it's festering. And now I'm saying like you know how a weapon works where the bullet and the gunpowder and then it shoots out. Something about the way that this power is residing in your body, and you have to correlate it to your blood cells, to your brain chemistry, to your hormones, everything that's released and working and functioning together to allow you to breathe, allow you to be awake and conscious and have access to something like observing a flower or sitting under a tree or drinking water, like some basic shit, right? But at the same time, you're working on stability, you're working on stabilizing yourself, but something about you gets called back. It's almost like you feel like you need to go back to help some other people or something like that. Oh, yeah. So it says, solid foundation, success with effort, and pay attention to your work, tower in the desk. I don't know why I'm hearing this, but I don't want to be a player no more. I'm not a player, I just crush a lot. Whatever. Yeah. The frying pan, there's trouble and accusations. There's a lot going on around you. Tell me more about this frying pan. What's the trouble? So you got horse, a short journey, which is interesting because it's like the trouble is you getting out. Staying out is a whole nother battle. But right now I'm thinking like frying pan. You think about a frying pan, things are cooking quickly. You gotta like keep up with what you're frying. So right at the moment you're juggling a lot. There's a lot to deal with. I don't know. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot going on. But it's a short journey, meaning once you make a list, I need to do this. Here's the 5 steps that are going to get me to the next task or journey, struggle, whatever that you got to get to. You'll be out of the heat, at least the hot fire. Because once you get out of the fire, you can like decompress and calm down. What do I need to do? Okay. I don't want to be a player no more. Okay, we're going to see what this drama is. I mean, you already know, you in your life. Show me what do they need to get away from? Mommy's partying. Huh? You like to party a little bit? So I see people going, come on, come out, like we always do. So whoever you kick it with, whoever you're celebrating or partying or drinking, whatever you're doing, is too much. To the point where you're in a trance. You're lured even. So again, entity attachment. I'm seeing succubus, I'm seeing mermaid, I'm seeing sexual demons, I'm seeing like something wants you to keep having sex and keep partying, rock and roll, drugs, women, partying. I don't know. There's something about too much of that. What do I need to get away from? Rejected. What you need to get away from? Rejected. Yeah, so your culture, your tribe, your community, your circle has rejected you. And what that means is it's showing me, no, take that stuff somewhere else. Like whatever you showed up with today, like, you killing the vibe. You're buzzkill. Like, stop. Something about you is killing the vibe. And your party friends, whoever you're kicking it with, they don't like when you try to raise the vibration. There's too many powerful low vibrational entities in your current circle that once you disassociate, yeah, because if you have that betrayal trauma theory of a child that forgets and disassociates, when you might be forgetting what you're doing. So I see you, yeah, whoever you're sleeping with, you might want to stop. Seriously. Yeah, they're rejecting you because you're going to heal them. They don't know it yet, but you're going to liberate people. You're going to liberate somebody special to you that you're trying to save, but you're not going to do it in the way that you think. You're going to do it in a way that shows them that you healed, that you exited the matrix, that you moved on, that you went beyond, that you said, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. What are they trying to get away from? Yeah, creativity. So steals your ideas, copies your work, duplicates, and feeds off of you. Right now, you may not even realize it, but you probably do actually. I feel like you are the leader of your little tribe, group, friend group, whatever, to the point where they rely heavily on your insight, your wisdom, your something about you represents leader. And because you stay around, you're feeding these lower level entities your juice. And the juice you have could be fueling your spaceship to zoom out of there and to reach the potential that you see. You're going to be able to rise above. Oh, I'm seeing Lil Wayne in outer space, okay? Everybody has a different creative process, but your creativity is being hindered because of your acceptance of them in your life. There's too much of that. They need to go. Scarcity tactics. It's a lot we do when the resources are it's like obviously chess, not checkers, right? It's chess, not checkers. You got to think more like a commander. Even though you don't feel like that's your responsibility or you should have to be that strong. You don't want to command anything. You don't want to lead. You don't want to do all that. But you also are intelligent enough to recognize right here with this is very intelligent energy. It's like planning, strategy, logic. You see the moves you need to make, or you're going to end up like everybody around you. And I feel like the everybody around you part isn't what you want to be like. There's so many options in front of you, choices that you could make. But you're conscious. Here's your conscious thoughts. This is what you're aware of, okay? This has been sitting here this whole time. This is like, I have to be self-sufficient and like you're trying to be independent. 9 to a 10. Here's your environment, which is 10 in reverse, this fear that you have that you're not going to have support. You feel like you're going to be at it alone, and you're not used to that. You have people, you have tribe, you have community, you have something about that makes you feel safe. But your wires as to what is safe and what is not is a little off. So as you're elevating and maturing and growing past this, you're like, well, why would if I can calculate 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, that I'm gonna be like Joe Smo down the street, or I'm gonna be like this person or that person or whatever, and you don't like how it looks, you don't like how it makes you feel, you see and you learned that it's not for you. It's like, I've got to get out of this. I've got to focus a whole lot on myself. And you need to do it until you feel secure and safe in that independence. Even when no one's around, even when you have no one to share it with, even when you have, you got to be unbothered. Queen rising, okay? I guess they're upside down. But yeah, because you're not unbothered. You're very bothered right now. But you want to be unbothered. You want to be on top. You're trying to wear the crown, okay? You're really coming into that part of yourself. You're like, I'm not going to do this with y'all no more. What are y'all doing? You just sit around and talk and do nothing and just smoke and drink and have sex and like, God, what is this? What is this life? And it's not that like leisure is bad. Leisure is for wealthy people. Think about it. Think about kids that are raised in soft environments or whatever. That is something special. It is. It's something special. Something to envy even. But at the same time, there's something special about somebody that came from the gutter. Somebody that came from the roots that we're describing that make it out and get power. Kanye, Kendrick, whoever. And there's a maturity process that has to happen. It's a later response than the kids that grew up soft. But at the same time, you're developing this like armor, this strength. You're gonna, the humbleness, the roots that you have, and also even the way that the dopamine and the brain chemistry is with you, you're gonna fight and work harder for things than any of the soft raised children would. There's something special about that. Don't limit yourself to make you think that you have to be, I almost feel like you're dimming your light, you know? Yeah, the curse. This is like the stories you tell yourself, whether it's your generational curse or your parents, whatever, something about the patterns. Like we don't talk about that. We don't talk about the uncle that acts weird, or grandpa's just like that, or, you know, the ABUSE, right? We don't talk about the trauma. Stop being a weak little bitch, you know? Something about your environment, it's like, gosh, can we smile? Can we be happy? There's no optimism here. This is just sad. Like, this is depressing. I want to eat good food. I want to flow like water. Okay? I want to be free. I almost feel like I'm speaking to someone who's experiencing emotions for the first time in a way that you're like, what is this? Why am I crying? Why am I sad? Why am I upset? What is this emotional thing? Yeah, so I'm staring at something. It says speech and expression. It's like you've never been able to express yourself in a way or communicate creatively. That wasn't available to you. You weren't in an environment that supported that. And I see you looking at other creative people or whatever, and you're like, man, I'm creative though. Like I used to this, or I've been trying to do this thing, but I don't have time. Something like that. So we got air and water. I guess we got the frying pan too, because the fire is behind you, meaning under your ass. It's like trying to get you out of the situation. The air is inspiring you because you're seeing into the future. The water is trying to get you to flow out. It's trying to get you to experience the emotions so you can feel your way out of the situation. You can have love and empathy for whoever and everybody, but you need to have it for yourself. If you're just discovering your emotions, that means you forgot how to love yourself. You forgot how to feel for yourself. You forgot how to make choices for yourself because you're so busy making them for everybody else. It's like, let's say you had a parent that didn't allow you to express their emotions. That means they didn't express them to you. You know what I'm saying? So the trauma goes deep. So you're still over here trying to save a parent that potentially isn't even around anymore, at least in your house, right? Because you're grown. And you're like the survival. You forget. Think about it. Children that have experienced betrayal trauma have a tendency to forget their traumas, to promote survival. That's so sad. I got people calling me on this. People I don't want to talk to, like 800 numbers. And it's like, get out of here. Go away. Like, the people that are calling you, they pull you out of it. You're trying to focus on your trauma. See how we were just doing that? It's like we're trying to talk about it. We're trying to get out of survival. We're trying to focus on emotions and where they came from. And why we don't feel them right. Why they're all jacked up. What's wrong with the hormones? Why is my dopamine off? Forgetting or ignoring it is one way to maintain whatever support is still available from their support system. So if you grew up that way and you went out into the world and got friends, then those friends became that. Then you disassociate that with the friends. Then you disassociate the ABUSE with the friends. All the crazy stuff they do. You're so in this environment that you're like, well, you just feel like a product of it. You don't feel like you're big enough to get out. But my friend, ooh, the rattle. Okay. So it says, read the rattle. Ooh, and the eagle. Let me tell you, you're so strong. You're so powerful. You see so clearly. Intelligent. You're wise. You see above what you're experiencing. Be as untouchable as the eagle. Obviously, man has become a predator to the eagle, but if you think about their process, they go high enough that most things can't even touch them. Most predators wouldn't invade their sanctuary because they're protected. They're intelligent and wise enough to go high enough to be protected. Oh, tell me this ain't fake. We opened it to the book number, whatever. The rattle is the spirit caller, carrying the shaman's prayer to the 4 directions. The body of the rattle is like the earth spinning on its axis. With the aid of the rattle, the medicine woman instills a desired destiny in her future. Closing with the prayer, Great Spirit, may your will be done. The rattle guides us to pray for all the earth, not just for our personal needs. When we offer our prayers for highest good of all, everything we need is provided for us. It's to invite you to work with the tools of spirit But be careful. They are very sharp and can hurt you and others if they are not used mindfully. Set your old tools aside and take up the drawing instruments of spirit. You are consciously stepping into partnership with the divine. This is the time for courageous deeds. Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression. You want to catch God on the whisper, not on the shout. What you are trying to craft to your own desires and expectations is already there, standing before you. Do not spin the world to your own benefit. You are being offered the Creator's tools, which must be put to use to serve a divine purpose. Let me get a couple more from here. So that was like a process. Yeah, arrogance is part of the process of understanding your authority. You know, you there's a little bit of arrogance that's needed, or confidence. Sometimes confidence looks like arrogance, but I feel like that's just something that we all struggle with, and something to be mindful of is that as you're changing and adapting to this new environment, don't use it in a way that, how do I say that? I don't want to say it. Yeah. Divinity wants to give you tools, and it believes that you're strong enough and the one to bear them. The tools that you're going to receive are, so this is like mana, where you leave and you go do something crazy and God's like feeding you along the way. You're going to be supported, or you have been, because I don't know if you've left or you haven't or whatever. But you got something in the future, yeah. You have to break out of the matrix. You're just somebody that needs to be free so you can construct and be a genius and be a creator and be intuitive, or whatever it is that you're trying to be. Whatever creativity, whatever you're trying to create, you could be trying to create something real logical. Okay, there's a lot about creativity that doesn't have to be art and music. But I do see, just like Nikola Tesla, because he did come out, it's like, be aware, be intentional, develop prayer, develop ritual, develop even sacrifice. Sacrifice things that you may not realize are big, like giving up alcohol or giving up the party or the ritual of hanging out on Friday or whatever it is that you're doing. These small changes, because when it's analysis paralysis and you have a lot of options, a lot of choices, and you're in the 9 of Swords, which is like that depression card that we're talking about, that anxiety, sleepless nights, you know, a lot of crazy stuff going on in your head, especially when you lay down for bed. Up in the clouds, needing to smoke, all that kind of stuff. It's like, you're the light in your family. You have something to shine, something to show, something to be, you know? Yeah, you're like, ain't no love for my daddy because the cow wasn't there. He passed away and I didn't cry because my anger wouldn't let me feel for a stranger. They say I'm wrong and I'm heartless, but all along I was looking for a father, he was gone. I hung around with the thugs, and even though I sold drugs, they showed a young brother love. I moved out and started really hanging. I needed money on my own, so I started slanging. But I ain't guilty, because even though I sell rocks, I put money in your mailbox. Like, I feel like, yeah, you're just, let's talk about money. Let's go to the money, because I don't know. All right, where are we going? What is after this separation? Show me. Here you are, Nine of Materials. You're leaping. You're like, I see it. I can go. And you're jumping there, and you see the success. You're dealing with the attachment issue. You're trying to flow through it. It's crazy. It's hectic. Feels crazy. God's giving you tools, asking you to be responsible with them. And you're activating this unconscious. So tell me, what is the money and the wealth and the success that you are seeking? How do we get there? What is it? Star power. Become an influencer of the company and earn fame and popularity. Step into the spotlight. So shining your light. Remember how if I go out and it's my turn to settle down, my main concern, I wonder if you will sing about me. Like, to go out and not be known, that's crazy. Like, that really happens. People just don't get to tell their story. There's this other song I'm hearing. Too many songs today, guys. But J. Cole, For Your Eyes Only, is a story that's like, please share this message with my daughter if I don't make it. And J. Cole's like sharing the message with the world. It's like, we need to see your story. We need to hear you. We need to see your light illuminate, because we're all stars. We're all not famous. We're all light. You see the galaxy? That's a reflection of us. We're just all a bunch of stars that forgot we were in this hell prison matrix, and we want to see you shine. I want to see you shine. I want you to see me shine. I want everybody to shine. We all need to shine. Let's just blow this chub with some shining ass stars, okay? Shine, shine, shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. Shine your mother trucking light, okay? We want to see you. I know these low vibrational entities don't right now, but they do, because once they see you, they're going to be like, man, he used to be like this. What's going on? Fast changes in social status. Look at that beautiful energy. These cards are so beautiful. We want to hear you. You will reach the heights of fame and society. Don't get arrogant. We talked about that. Because master yourself first. There's a part of you that I feel, don't let this get to your head. There's a lot of crown energy here. There's a lot of, I'm gonna say stuff, like there's stuff you're gonna do that the world needs, that wants to hear or see or experience or feel. And when all the energy is coming in super fast and time's moving fast and all this fast stuff, take bold steps forward. Things happen suddenly in a short period and in a hurry. It's like, don't get caught up in the whirlwind. Develop your spiritual side. Develop your strength and your fortitude to endure the changes coming to you. Then you can party, okay? Then you can party. You can party when you reach success. Kick off the party activities and have a great time. Plan for a joyful future. Celebration. So the celebration comes after, because remember, I've always thought it's crazy. This has always been crazy to me. Actually, my early 20s, I definitely partied. Even mid 20s at times. But it's like, over years and years of observing the party, I'm like, what are we celebrating, guys? What are you going out for? Everybody's going out on Saturday. Everybody goes out. Like, is there something to celebrate? Like, what, the week? I don't know. Maybe I'm just a homebody or something. But it's like, there's too much party and not enough reason to party. So wait to party when you can find reason to party. There's a lot of free, like, I'm a free spirit. We're all free when we choose to be. And sometimes I notice this pattern where you get swept up and lost in the party of it. You go for the party, you want to have fun, you want to be, but you get lost and forget what you're even partying for. What's the celebration? Are we just here every day? Like, is there something to celebrate? Like, is it, and even the ritual of birthdays and all these kind of things that we do, or these holidays, it's like, we've kind of gotten to this point where things aren't balanced like they used to be. And the party's over. Okay. We're in a depressing time, and we really need people that have a story to tell, or a light to shine, or something to heal or help the world in any way, shape, or form. We need to let it out. And if for you that's dancing, like, because I've seen people dancing, like, maybe you go out in the light and you start dancing or whatever, or share. It's something about, because there is a lot of dancing here actually. Party, dance. Okay, gotta get one animal or two. What animal do we need to embody here? What animal? What animal do we need to embody here? Ooh. Ha! Zebra. What a cool creature. Think about it. The zebra stands out. So there is something about you that's odd, different. We got the lion, the zebra, we got a horse, the eagle. Oh, tarantula. Interesting. And a bee. So obviously work hard. Work hard and due diligence, daily, repetitive, routine habits, because you're trying to rewire your subconscious here. This Ace of Inspiration down here, it's really about getting into your subconscious mind and cleaning it up and reprogramming yourself every day. It's so boring. It's so boring. From a kid that did not grow up with structure, my gosh, it's so boring. But it keeps you on earth and it keeps you grounded, okay? And for some reason, we got to read the tarantula, okay? So we don't listen and obey. At a crossroad, claiming life's purpose. The tarantula represents a moment when a great decision must be made. It involves prioritizing your life's deeper purpose or dharma. A habit or routine from the past is sidetracking you from your dream. Yet a voice inside keeps begging you to refocus your attention. In order to find true happiness, you must choose dharma. Until you do, satisfaction will be fleeting. The tarantula hovers patient and calm like an old friend that knows your inner soul. It already knows you'll choose wisely. Beautiful. See? To bring into balance, it says daily journaling. So that daily, I'm picking up on that, like that daily, habitual, boring cycle, repeat, do it again, boring cycle, repeat, do it again, boring cycle, repeat, do it again, boring, 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 boring. But something about it eventually yields success. Something about this, one day you're going to look back and these boring habits are going to be part of your subconscious programming. So you're just going to do it like without even thinking. You're not consciously aware, you're just doing. And then you're going to be able to have access and time and freedom to be the other thing that you see clearly that you're capable of doing, but you're struggling to get there because of the boring stuff. So that's what I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.